So for big holidays, I like to do a twist on tradition. This is, let's call this a flex even, on stuffing, okay? Is it dressing, is it stuffing? I guess if it's not stuffed into a bird, it's technically dressing. This is a flex on dressing. Let's get in the game. Start out with every first ingredient for stuffing or dressing, and that's bread. Now I don't have a whole ton of people coming over today, so I'm gonna do a halvesy. Let's do the top half. And my father-in-law does this for all his sub sandwiches too. This is his yeah. He likes to make some real estate for the good stuff, you know. And in this gap that we've just created, we're gonna put a semi-soft cheese. You can use whatever you like. You could do goat cheese if you like. Today we're gonna go with a nice little Brie. You could go with a triple cream. You could go with a Port Salut, and we're gonna trim off that little bit of. Oh, Nathan, what do you call it?
Rind.
Yeah, the rind, sorry. It's escaping me right now. But you're just going to kind of sneak that in there.
Oh, cool. Pinching it off.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of lining it up. And we're going to do that. I got 3 little triangles here. We really want to fill this gap up with all that delicious cheese. We'll just kind of use our fingers now to smooth this out and make sure we've got even coverage throughout. Yeah, winning already, right? Pushing it in that air gap we created. We're gonna take some sausage. Now you choose your choice, okay? I've chosen a little bit of sweet Italian, but you could go breakfast sausage. You could go chorizo if you wanted to. Kind of go Argentinian with it if you like. But we're gonna take these sausages and cut them out of their casing.
Oh, cool.
Uh-huh. You kind of see where this is going now. And then we're gonna break that up and stuff it right on top of that.
No, I didn't see where this was going.
Oh, you didn't? Well,
no.
You know, so sausage stuffing or dressing is really my favorite. It's my go-to. All right, so if we're gonna do a flex, we got to have the sausage there. And this looks like about a 2-3 sausage link kind of piece of bread here. It's also good to mention at this point, we've got our grill stabilized, our Kamado Joe stabilized at 400 degrees, half direct, half indirect, but we'll look at that in just a second. Okay, I want total coverage to lock in that cheese because ultimately, after this is baked indirect for a while, we're gonna flip it over.
I'm still wondering about how you're actually gonna cook it.
Once we take a look at the grill setup, it'll make a lot more sense. But I want coverage. I want a little positive pressure to match that in, and I think one more, at least half another link will do. What you don't want to do is shortchange yourself, because by definition, that wouldn't be a flex. All right, again, 400 degree Fahrenheit. I've got a deflector shield on the left side and then open to the coals on the right. So I'm gonna place this bread side down.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna toast this beauty off, but we're gonna let that cheese melt. So this is probably 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, 400 degrees. Let's call that semi-indirect. Lid down, and then once we start to have some good color and we see some bubbly cheese, then we flip and we sear. I get ahead of myself. I forget these are videos, all right? I'm gonna wash my hands while this is going. Let's make a chimichurri. And we're back. All right, so chimichurri, super easy. We're gonna go 50-50 parsley and cilantro.
Dang, I like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schools of thought.
There are, right? A lot of folks are just using like dried oregano out of the shaker. A lot of people are doing parsley. A lot of people are just doing cilantro. And because I'm not using a food processor, I want to kind of run my knife through here. This is going to be a rough cut, but I want it to really be able to spread. I'm thinking about the real estate that it's got to cover. All right, now that I feel nice about that, let's go ahead and get, 2 cloves of garlic. No need for the perfect small mince. We just want to make sure that there's enough surface area there of the garlic to kind of permeate that sauce. Beautiful. Garlic, check. All right, let's transfer these into our mixing bowl. And then we're looking for about 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Let's call that 1, call that 2. Some people, traditionally you see red wine vinegar, but some folks like to use white wine vinegar because it has a little bit more of a zesty pop to it. We'll go with 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. Let's call it 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. And then again, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And that's it, team. We did mention dried oregano, ever so lightly. Stunning. And smell that, it's just so floral. I'm using the back of my spoon to kind of draw down the sides, macerating it just a little bit. You can kind of press right here. You know, mortar and pestle would be better, but this is gonna do the trick for our rustic flex today. Could be a little more liquidous, so let's do a little of each. Another dash of red wine vinegar and a dash of olive oil, pinch of salt. And that is the chimney. That's the chimney I know and love, near and dear to my heart. All right, let's take a look. 10 minutes into it, beautiful. I see some cheese spilling over, doing its thing. I see a little bit of rendering from the sausage, and even cheese coming up through certain points in the sausage. These are all good things, and the bread is not overly toasted. You know, if I didn't see that rendering, it would worry me that by the time we flipped this and grilled it, the sausage would still be raw in the part that's touching the cheese. This tells me we're ready to flip. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a rather large spatula and a pair of tongs, and we're just gonna kind of ease it over to the open side, and we're going to flip.
Yeah.
And we just want to wake everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my cutting board over here as well, just to kind of optimize our chances of getting this thing off. I see cheese kind of escaping here and there. Well, we don't want too much to escape. Beautiful, we're gonna give it one more minute. We just want to get some nice char marks. That flame will do it. Never has stuffing or dressing been so fun, that's for sure. And we're talking big, bold, fired up flavors. I absolutely love it. Most of this can be done ahead of time as well, so it's a very easy side, not just for Thanksgiving. All right, so let's go ahead and slide our spatula. We're gonna use a dual spatula method here. I wanna make sure and optimize our chances of getting all of this sausage still in. Let's see how we did. Oh,
Hey.
and if you've lost a little piece, that's okay. Just flip it on back in. As it cools down, that cheese will help adhere it right back. So we'll give it a little more smush. Wow. And let's go ahead and pull that beauty off. So at this point, we dish out the chimichurri right over top.
Oh.
And now we're ready to slice. You know, you gotta decide how big of these pieces you want. I think something like that is exactly where we're at. Check that out. Chimichurri is just singing in the air right now. You know, I don't even know which to go for first. It's equal, right? The end pieces, a little more crunch. The center pieces, that brie is just oozing everywhere. What's not to love about this super simple, fun, interactive side dish? Look at the cheese ooze on there, the sausage, the chimichurri. That's a win and a win and a win. That's a Thanksgiving side dish that'll make you sweat. That is all the fun there is to be had in a side dish. Think about how you can alter this too. Like there's 100 different ways you could top this. It could be a green chimichurri, a red chimichurri, a pura vida sauce, any kind of sauce you like. Could be turkey sausage and gravy. Just do the whole thing, right? But sky's the limit. Just want to remind you, have fun with your food, play with your food, have a good time with it. Remember, cooking isn't a chore, it is a necessity, so we might as well have a blast with it. Whoever said don't play with your food totally missed the boat, especially on this one. As always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.